Page 258. This is the one in the middle of the page, the Concerto for horn. Okay. Again, you get to harmonize to it. So it's 6/8 time. It's in C major. How do I know that? Well, there's no sharps and flats in the key signature, and we're ending on a C chord. I figure it's in C major. It's just a good guess, I reckon. 6/8 time. I want to hear the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest. Now come up. Fourth finger. 2, 3, 4. Scrunch up. Okay, and that's the melody. I'm not judging the melody. It's a melody. Okay. I'm sure Mozart knew what he was doing. Now I want to know the chords. What are the chords? Well, we have a C chord, an A minor chord. We have a D minor chord, but they want the F on the bottom. So it's down here. F on the bottom. G chord. C chord. D minor with an F on the bottom again. G. That's a C chord with an E on the bottom. So it's here. A minor. D minor with F on the bottom. G7. C. Now you don't really need all four notes in the G7. You can leave out one of the two middle ones. You do need the top and bottom. C. So where are you playing them or whatever, which octave, experiment. So now I want to hear the harmony with the melody. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Rest, rest. 2, 3, 1. E. Okay, that's the harmony. Seems to work. And then we add the pattern they're suggesting. This is the broken chord. So in that G7, you're only going to do 3 notes anyway, so pick one. This one or this one. Or one of them. I usually do the B because in a chord, the third of the chord is kind of an important note in most any chords. So I generally include that. So I would do that here. I don't know that we've talked about voicing in chords and which notes are more important or less important in a chord. But generally the third, the root of the chord is important. Need that most of the time. But then after that, it's the third. Because if you just do the fifth, it's kind of an empty sound and you don't know is it major or minor. Is it this or this? Because it could be either one there. But when you do the third of the chord, generally speaking, that helps to define the harmony of the chord. So in that G7 chord, I would use the third here. But again, play around with a left-hand pattern. I could go here. I just play around with it, play around with the chords and play around with the inversions or whatever. Because the more you sit around and fool around with it, actually you're practicing. You're getting more familiar with the chords and the voicings and the inversions and all that. I want you to transpose this to D major. Well, we're in C major. We're going to go up one note to D major. D major is 2 sharps, F sharps and C sharp. Basically, you're just going up here. Every note in the music just goes up one note. So instead of a C, it's a D. You just have to remember to play the C sharp and the F sharp. And you may need to change the fingering, I don't know. 2. Here. See that fingering at the end, that doesn't work very well. So you can go 4. You can do that. You just adjust the fingering as you need to for the key you're in. And then the chords, well, rather than a C chord, you're doing a D chord. You're just moving them all up one note. This is where it's a little easier if they actually give you the numbers, the Roman numerals, rather than that, because then you can just play the 1 chord or the 4 chord, whatever, in that key. Here you got to think up one note, a G, and then the A minor here, you go up 1 to a B minor. And then the D minor is here with F on the bottom. You got to go up 1 here. So it's like it's an E minor here with G on the bottom. So you got to figure out the chords. D minor, G, which would be an A chord. And the C with an E on the bottom, which would be a D chord with an F sharp. And then the D minor with the F again would be not a D minor, but an E minor, and it would be the G on the bottom. It's the middle note that's on the bottom in this case. And then the G7 then would be an A7 here, and then you're going to leave out 1 note, G. You figure out what the chords are, and then you put it together with melody and have fun with it, I reckon.